Hello students. So in the previous session we have learned that Bismillah Khan at the age of 80 he earned the highest civilian award in India. That is, we all know the highest civilian award in India is the Bharat Ratna. So Bismillah Khan earned this award, the Bharat Ratna, at the age uh, at 80 years of age. So we have learned that he belonged to a family of musicians. He learned at music at a very early age, and he was inspired from his maternal uncle Ali Baksh when he used to play the Shehnai at the Vishnu temple of Banaras. And we know that Bismillah Khan loved visiting the places like Balaji temple, then Mangala Maya temple, and the bank of river Ganga, where he could practice playing the Shehnai all by himself or all alone. And we also know that he also invented the ragas and different sounds produced by the Shehnai. So now, at the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. So students, when Bismillah Khan was 14 years of age, he went to the Allahabad Music Conference with his maternal uncle, that is Ali Baksh. At the end of his recital, Ustad Fayaz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." So now when Bismillah Khan along with his maternal uncle Ali Baksh went to the Allahabad Music Conference, Bismillah Khan performed there. Okay, and after his performance, Ustad Fayaz Khan was impressed by his performance. So Ustad Fayaz Khan was a renowned classical vocalist. Okay, and he was impressed by Bismillah Khan's performance, and he said that if Bismillah Khan would work hard, he would make a name in the field of music. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. So now it is said that here when All India Radio started its radio station at Lucknow in 1938, Ustad Bismillah Khan started performing from there. Okay, and after that people started hearing him playing Shehnai very often on radio. So we know that he started performing on the radio. Okay, after the All India Radio started its radio station at Lucknow in 1938. So after that we know that Bismillah Khan started performing on the radio. Now, when India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. So now, here we know that Ustad Bismillah Khan was the first Indian to greet the entire nation through his Shehnai. When India became independent on 15th of August 1947, Bismillah Khan was invited to play the Shehnai at the Red Fort. Okay, so we have already discussed about this in the introduction session of the chapter. So he was invited to play the Shehnai on the occasion of India's independence on 15th of August 1947. So he played the Shehnai from the Red Fort on this occasion of our country's independence, and he was the first person of India who played the Shehnai at the Red Fort. Okay, and moreover, the rag which was played by Ustad Bismillah Khan on that day was Rag Kafi. Okay, he played this Rag Kafi from the Red Fort and in front of the entire audience. So in the audience, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was also present there. Okay, so after Bismillah Khan's performance, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of independent India, so he gave his famous speech. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave his famous speech, which was traced with destiny. So he gave this speech just after Bismillah Khan's performance. Now, Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. So students, here it is said that Bismillah Khan performed so many times in India as well as abroad, means outside India. So he gave so many memorable performances in India as well as abroad. So his first performance abroad was the one at Afghanistan. It was his first performance abroad and his first trip to abroad as well. So there in Afghanistan, the king of Afghanistan, King Zahir Shah, really liked Bismillah Khan's performance. He was very much impressed by Bismillah Khan's performance. And so, as he was so much impressed by Bismillah Khan's performance, that is why he gifted him many things. He gifted Bismillah Khan the things which were made in Afghanistan itself, such as Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Means the king gave Bismillah Khan so many other things as well, so that Bismillah Khan would always remember his first visit to Afghanistan. Now, the king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uthi Shehnai. So now we got to know that there were so many other people also who were attracted to Bismillah Khan Shehnai's music. So now there was a film director named Vijay Bhatt. He has been mentioned here. He made a Hindi movie which was named Gunj Uthi Shehnai. Okay, so this film director Vijay Bhatt also really liked the sound of Shehnai, which was played by Bismillah Khan, and that is why he named his movie as Gunj Uthi Shehnai. So he named his movie after the instrument, as he was so much impressed by Bismillah Khan's Shehnai's music. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster. So students, here it is said that the movie or the film made by the film director Vijay Bhatt, which was Gunj Uthi Shehnai, so this film was a hit. Okay, it was liked by the people, and also there was a song in this movie named the name of the song was Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, and this song was composed by Ustad Bismillah Khan, and this song became a chartbuster. Means the song was a record breaker song. It broke all the earlier records. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Gunj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas's Kannada venture Sanadhi Apanna. Here it is said again that Although the song of the movie composed by Bismillah Khan was a chartbuster, although Bismillah Khan got a lot of success in this film named Gunjuti Shehnai, but Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two. Means Bismillah Khan composed music only for two films. And these two movies were, one was Gunjuti Shehnai made by Vijay Bhatt, which we have already talked about, and the another movie was a Kannada movie. Okay, this was a Kannada movie made by Vikram Srinivas, and the name of this movie was Sanadhi Apanna. So he composed his music only for these two movies. One was Gunjuti Shehnai made by Vijay Bhatt, and the another was a Kannada movie made by Vikram Srinivas, and the name of the movie was Sanadhi Apanna. Now, I just cannot come to terms with this artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. So now here, what did Bismillah Khan say? Bismillah Khan used to say that he did not like the artificial world of films, and he did not like the glamour that was there in the film world. And that is why he did not compose music for so many movies. Okay, he composed music for only two movies that we have just discussed. Now, awards and recognition came thick and fast. Means Bismillah Khan got a lot of recognition. He was recognized at so many places, and he was honored with so many awards. That is why it is said that awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So here we get to know that Bismillah Khan performed almost all over the world, right? He performed in the United States of America at the Lincoln Center Hall. Then he also again performed in Montreal, Australia in the World Exposition. He again performed at the Cannes Art Festival, and again he also performed in Japan at the Osaka Trade Fair. So these are some of the places abroad or outside India which have been mentioned here where Bismillah Khan performed. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tahar Mosik Ustad Bismillah Khan. So Tehran is the capital of the country in Iran. So I have already told you about this in the introduction session of the chapter. So Bismillah Khan at a point of time became so well known to everybody, and he was so famous that in Tehran, the capital of Iran, in Tehran, an auditorium has been named after him. I have already told you about this, that he was so famous, he became so famous, he was so well known to everybody that in Tehran an auditorium has been named after him, which was Tahar Mosik Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, so students, we will stop here for now and we'll continue the chapter in the next session.